Let's start with something uncomfortable. You think you're using social media. You're not. It's using you. Every scroll, every like, every just one more video is not entertainment. It's conditioning. You're not browsing. You're being programmed. And the most brilliant part? You volunteered. When you open your favorite app, you think you're entering a world of choice. Endless videos, endless options, infinite freedom. But what you're really entering is a behavioral lab, where you are both the subject and the data. The infinite scroll is not a feature, it's a psychological weapon, designed to hijack one of the oldest circuits in your brain, the dopamine loop. See, your brain loves uncertainty. It's the same reason slot machines make billions. The brain gets more dopamine, not when it gets a reward, but when it anticipates one. That's why you keep pulling down on the feed like a lever, waiting for something good. A meme, a notification, a message. Most of the time you get nothing special, but sometimes you do. And that's enough to keep you addicted. You've been trained to crave unpredictability. But here's the sinister twist. You think you're being entertained, but you're actually being conditioned to seek micro bursts of validation. Every like, every heart, every view. It's a tiny hit of social approval. And like any drug, the dose stops working over time. What once gave you joy now barely moves the needle. So you chase stronger hits, more followers, edgier content, higher engagement. You're not expressing yourself anymore. You're performing for the algorithm. That's the trick. You started out as a creator, and now you're a product. You don't post what you love, you post what performs. The algorithm doesn't reward authenticity. It rewards predictability, anger, outrage, shock, simplicity, anything that keeps people scrolling. And because you're wired to adapt, you learn, subconsciously, to create what it wants. You think you're influencing others, but it's the system influencing you. Let's go deeper. The human brain was never meant to process the emotions of thousands of people at once. Every day, you see more faces than your ancestors saw in a lifetime. Every post becomes a micro comparison, a reminder that you're not enough. Not rich enough, not pretty enough, not successful enough. The feed doesn't reflect reality. It manufactures dissatisfaction. You scroll for connection, but end up feeling emptier. Your nervous system can't tell the difference between digital rejection and real rejection. A lack of likes triggers the same neural circuits as social isolation. You think it's harmless, but deep down, your brain records it as pain. Tiny hits of unworthiness, repeated 1,000 times, until eventually you internalize it. I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. That's not an accident. That's the system doing its job. Because the longer you feel incomplete, the longer you stay engaged. Platforms don't want you happy. Happy people log off. They want you slightly anxious, slightly envious, slightly addicted. Enough dopamine to keep you scrolling, enough insecurity to keep you coming back. It's not entertainment, it's emotional engineering. And let's talk about attention. Your attention is the most valuable commodity in the digital economy. Every second you spend online is being harvested, measured, and sold. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. That's not a habit. It's a reflex. The same reflex that lab rats develop when they learn pressing a lever gives them a reward. You've been conditioned to check, swipe, refresh. Not because you want to, but because your brain was taught that maybe, just maybe, something new awaits. You're not lazy. You're being rewired. Your brain's reward system is being remodeled by algorithms more powerful than any drug dealer in history. And the craziest part, the dealers are the same companies that tell you they care about your mental health. The ones who release mindfulness features right next to infinite scroll updates. It's like a casino giving you free therapy sessions while building bigger slot machines. This is not to say social media is evil. It's not. It's indifferent. It's a machine. Its only goal is engagement. But indifference can be dangerous when paired with human psychology. The system doesn't care what keeps you scrolling. Anger, fear, beauty, sadness, lust. Only that you keep scrolling. And slowly, the system learns you. What scares you, what excites you, what keeps you awake at 2 a.m. Then it feeds you more of that. Not to inform you, not to inspire you, but to keep you predictable. That's the real danger. You think you are exploring the world. You're actually walking in circles inside a maze built just for you. A maze that looks like freedom because the walls are invisible. The algorithm knows your weaknesses better than you do. It knows how long you pause on a post, what kind of faces make you linger, what emotions make you click. It trains you one pixel at a time until your desires align perfectly with its objectives. You become easier to predict, easier to manipulate, easier to sell to. The question isn't, are social media bad? The question is, what are they turning us into? When billions of people are being subtly trained to crave attention, to equate worth with visibility, to interpret silence as rejection, what kind of culture does that create? We've built a civilization of performers, not participants. People who live for the next notification instead of the next moment. And yet, awareness is the first act of rebellion. Once you see the cage, you can choose not to dance to its tune. You can post without performing. You can consume without comparing. You can pause before you scroll and ask, why am I here? Social media rewired your instincts, but you can rewire them back. The mind that was trained can also be untrained. Attention is power, and when you take it back, the system loses control, because the algorithm's only weakness is your awareness. They don't want you to know this truth. You're not being entertained, you're being trained. But the moment you realize it, the training stops.
Write what you think about this in the comments.